Are you ready?
I've been ready.
Don't give me any of your crap.
Come on, we're wasting people's time.
Hi there. Thanks for diving into Two Peas, Same Pod, the humorous podcast of family unity that proves we're all in this comedic roller coaster of life together. Here are your hosts, the father and daughter duo, Eric and Tovah Weinstein.
Hello and welcome to Two Peas.
Same pod.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! There's chocolate.
All right, enough of that. Really, the listeners do not want to hear this. I don't want to hear
It's
this.
stuck in my head.
All right, well, get that earworm out of your head and stop crinkling. Anyway, so welcome to Two Peas Same Pod.
I'm surprised you can hear well.
Why's that? Go ahead.
Because you have mild to moderate hearing loss.
Yes, I do. And you seem to think that's funny.
It's not funny, but you know what? He's leaning into it, guys. It's not like you see an old man with hearing aids. It's you're talking to him in the other room, and he's like, "What? You know, I have mild to moderate hearing loss." He plays into it. It's not, guys. I don't even know if he has it. He just came home one time and was like, "Yep, I was diagnosed with mild to moderate hearing loss," and I was like, "Probably mild."
So 2 weeks ago, I actually went to the audiologist, and this is somebody who has their doctorates in audiology. And they did
the hell is that? Sound waves.
Basically, it's somebody who understands, hearing and hearing loss and has all the equipment to test me. And so I went back, and I had a test 4 years ago, so there is a baseline to compare it to.
Okay, was it like, which ear do you hear the?
Stop! That's going to annoy our listeners.
You're annoying our listeners.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
I'm just being myself. You saying that I'm annoying? You also call me an asshole, just wanting you to be safe during this terrible winter storm we were going to have.
The terrible winter storm that turned into a whole lot of nothing.
Yeah, dusting.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but back to my point. Yeah. I just wanted my dad to be safe, not have to drive in the morning to court, and he called me an asshole.
I don't really remember calling you that.
I remember it. You called me an asshole.
I remember getting...
I kept asking if the courts were closed, and you were getting pissed off because you were like, it is fair and just that some people have a speedy trial, Tovah. Like, that's why the courts, need to be open, and they closed.
Well, that's okay, but you kept harassing and haranguing me on Monday night over and over again, and I might have called you a glass bowl, which you misheard.
A glass bowl?
Which you misheard as something else.
No, so, I heard what I heard, and Mom was even like, Eric.
I don't think your mother says things like that.
Yes, she does. She gets disappointed when I swear.
Well, yeah.
She's like, we didn't raise you.
We didn't.
You didn't raise me?
No, we raised you, but we didn't raise you in a house where people were using foul language and foul mouths.
Don't be fooled, guys. Lawyers have quite an extensive vocabulary.
Oh, yes, they do.
At the office and at home.
Oh, yeah. Well, the office can be a little bit rowdy.
I remember when I was younger.
Both of us.
Yeah, true. I remember when I was younger just overhearing, was it Tilden?
Yes.
Yeah.
Throwing the F-bombs around.
Yeah. Throwing those around, and I think I compared him to Big Papi.
You did. You kept referring to him as Big Papi Mark.
Yeah, because of when Big Papi dropped the F-bomb at the Boston Strong game after which I actually was at. I don't know if we even talked about that. One of my family friends was nice enough to bring me, and I was there for This Is Our Bleep This Out. This is our city.
Oh, we can't use the
Why
F-bomb.
can't you just put the bleep?
I will try to put the bleep in.
Try and put the bleep in, because that would be funny. Yeah. And I was there for, is it Neil Diamond?
Yes.
Neil Diamond, Sweet Caroline.
Yeah, he was there that day. That's in 2013.
Yeah, it looked like he was just at the marathon and barely made it out alive.
He's not well.
He didn't look well.
He's got Parkinson's.
Oh, that wasn't a nice joke then. No. You said Wendy Williams didn't look good, and I told you she was sick, and you were like, oh, to hell with her. She looks terrible. And I was like, she's literally sick.
And then we looked it up, and it turns out she's got Graves' disease.
Yes.
And we have friends who have Graves' disease. So we're not making fun of Graves' disease.
No, not at all.
We're just commenting that Wendy Williams has Graves' disease.
And commenting that Wendy Williams is hilarious.
I don't really know her.
She's hilarious. She's funny. She just says whatever she wants. She goes,
really? I know somebody else like that.
Yeah, that's why I love her. She goes,
you're like Tovah Williams.
Yeah, seriously.
Wendy Weinstein.
Am I related to the tennis players? Is she related to the tennis sisters?
I don't think so, because we've never heard that.
Sisters.
Who are you? What is that from? That's from
Cheetah Girls.
Cheetah Girls.
We stand together.
I don't know the
one
lyrics.
big Raven Simone.
I know who's in it. I just don't know the lyrics.
You can get into the future.
Okay, all right, move along.
Wait, I was just about to say something and you made me lose my train of thought.
That train got derailed.
Oh, the train has left the station.
All right, so
Okay.
let's look at our show notes.
Okay,
and
so
talk.
welcome
By the way,
back.
we appreciate all the positive feedback we've been receiving from some of our listeners.
I haven't been receiving any
Your
posts.
grandmother?
Oh, well, I got a text from her saying, great new episode, but I didn't like how he was mentioned more than me.
Well, so we made
Great
it.
episode. However, I don't like that he was mentioned more than me. It's backhanded compliment, I think.
Yes. But we did mention her again last week, and she is going to be in
Justice.
a. That's right. Justice, you shalt pursue.
And I'm holding my arm up like the Statue of Liberty.
Okay, or the Lady Justice who holds the scale.
Who?
You know how there's the scales of justice? There is an image of.
No.
Okay, whatever.
I didn't take the bar.
But you go to the bar quite frequently.
Woohoo! Ba-dun-cha. Speaking of the bar, the whole Costco I went to was set up so confusing. There was no alcohols. Here, we'll get into that later anyway.
All right.
I hope everyone stayed warm during the worst winter storm we were supposed to have in years. Was it supposed to be?
No, we were supposed to get 9 to 12 inches last Tuesday, and the day before Valentine's Day, the 13th. And guess what? We got like 1 to 3.
Yeah, I mustered up the courage that day to go out to the gym. And
Mustered up the courage because there was a dusting.
I mustered up the courage. You know, no one really wants to go work out when it's cold outside. You just want to stay at home in your sweatpants and rot in bed.
Which you do quite frequently.
I don't do that. I'm a working girl nowadays. I don't have time to sit in my bed besides in the hours between 10 o'clock. Yeah, so I rot during the hours of the night, which everyone rots. But I mustered up the courage. And
You don't really go to bed early. You go to your bedroom early and lie in bed and either watch TV and play on your phone and watch TikTok.
No, I just watch TikToks to the middle hours of the night. Come on.
TikTok.
Yeah, you're still anti-TikTok? You
not-
just made an account, I thought.
I'm not. Yeah, I did, but I'm not pro TikTok. I'm not watching TikTok or using it. But because you keep sending me these little videos.
Yeah, I
Here.
thought I think we should mention that rest in peace to one of our voyagers on the 9-month ultimate cruise.
I didn't understand that video at all. Did somebody actually die?
I think so.
Really? Do we know who it is?
Probably an old
It's not the
swinger.
old guy, the father who's spending his kid's inheritance. You know that guy?
Oh, I don't think it's him. I think it's one of the swingers.
Oh, one of the pineapple people? Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, the Pinnacle members.
Pinnacle? What is that?
Like, that's like, I think, Royal Caribbean's like tiered.
Yeah.
And so they get treated better than the other
So
commodores
they're
on board.
Pinnacle pineapples?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
pineapple pinnacles?
Well, not all the pinnacles are pineapples.
But all of the pineapples are pinnacles?
Okay. But so I hope everyone was safe during the storm. My dad was safe because the courts, like we mentioned, did get closed. He texted me, courts are closed. And
They closed the night before, like so late Monday night.
Yeah, so-
they put it, and that's fine because I had 2 court appearances in different courts.
Yeah, so he texted me. He goes, courts closed. I responded, knew it. And he responded, #MeToo. And I said, you did not
Yes.
use that hashtag in the right way.
You knew I didn't, and I knew I didn't, and that's why it
#MeToo.
was funny.
#MeToo.
Okay, that's why it was a joke. But in any event, court was closed, which was nice, and it didn't have to go anywhere. But now we have to reschedule, and there's no urgency with either one of these matters, so it's fine.
After my workout, went downstairs to the locker room. What do I usually do? Spend a relaxing 20 minutes in the sauna, the dry sauna.
Sauna.
And I walked downstairs at the order sign. At the order sign.
Ouch, that hurts.
At the orders it's so cold outside. Like the one day they should be having the sauna working, they don't. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. And the handle was just hanging off, and I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I just went inside,
And you just sat there.
it said out of order, but it still felt warm. It still felt warm initially, and the door handle was just like yanked off. So I was like, okay, I hope it doesn't like lock or something because you can barely pull it from the outside. So I was like, it's either I die in here or everything will be fine. And I was sitting in there, and I was like, I'm not schwitzing as much as I normally do. And I was like, oh, they probably turned down the temperature a little bit because it's out of order. And I was like, those schmucks. I was like, how am I going to get my sweat on?
How about you exercise?
I did exercise after my workout.
So you want an extra sweat?
I want an extra sweat. I think I waited to shower until I got home because I was like, I was a little sweaty, but that might be gross. But I waited to shower until I got home because I was like, I'm not showering. Oh, it's all these grass. There's like grass. There's mulch in the shower. I'm like,
what?
Do these people just drag the outside in with them? I'm like, come on.
How did you get mulch and grass in the shower in the ladies' locker room?
Because people come in with their boots on and then change into their gym clothes and they like.
And then when they walk on the floor.
Yeah, they're getting everything all messy. And I'm like, can you guys mind where you walk?
You know, they say men are pigs, but, you know.
Yeah, men are pigs.
Okay.
Lawyers are pigs.
No, some lawyers.
No, most lawyers.
Okay, we're not going to revisit that whole story again from one of our very first episodes.
I don't know what it is, though, about entering supermarkets, but
Go ahead. I'm just wondering how we segued to supermarkets.
Oh, I was just looking at our notes.
Okay, so go ahead.
I don't know, but I was a little embarrassed when I texted you yesterday because I was so early for work, and I was like, oh, I'll go to the store market, get some kosher deli. I bypassed the carriages, the fruit.
You just went right
bypassed everything.
to the bathrooms?
And I didn't want to ask any of the workers, like, if they had the bathroom. So I was like, I'll find this bathroom myself. So I find it. It's next to the Starbucks, behind the cash registers. Yes. I walk in, and there's just some man on his phone with a mop. And he's just standing there.
Oh, in the ladies' room.
In the ladies' room. And
so could you have said, excuse me, I need to use the facilities?
They were cleaning it. What was I supposed to do?
Say, excuse me, I need to use the bathroom?
So I was waiting. I was like awkwardly browsing the gift cards, like thinking I was going to buy a gift card, like making them think I was going to buy a gift card. But I'm just clenching until he gets the hell out of there. And it was like 5-10 minutes until he got out of there. Like someone came up behind me and was like, are you waiting for the bathroom? And I was like, yes. I was like, I can't even talk. It was one of those. It was
I have
like
a
if
story
you breathe.
about that. Well, yeah. One time I had to go to a wedding in Buffalo, New York. Actually, the wedding ceremony itself was in Batavia. And do you know what's in Batavia, New York? You obviously don't.
Nothing.
Well, there is one thing of importance or historical importance in Batavia, and that is Attica Prison, which you can not really see from the highway, but it is in Batavia, New York. And
prison tea in the house. Prison tea.
I don't know what that means.
Prison Tovah.
Oh, I hope not. I hope never.
Prison Tovah. Prison Tovah in the house.
I'm going to call you T-Priz. So I had to go to a wedding in Batavia, New York, many, many years ago, 30 years ago, probably, at least 32 years ago, maybe. And I went by myself because Mom was working at Grant Thornton. You couldn't get time off. I went to the wedding, and then the reception was closer to Buffalo, so we had to drive over to Buffalo. I had to drive to Buffalo. And I spent the night out there, and then I turned around and started driving back Saturday morning. The wedding was on a Friday. Stopped and I got a large coffee at Dunkin' Donuts before I got on the highway. And then I didn't realize how far apart the rest areas were on the, New York State Thruway, I think, that's 90.
Don't ask me.
I don't know. And so I had to go to the bathroom, and I could see up ahead, there was a sign, and it said, 20 miles. And I knew I was good for another 20 miles.
20 miles?
I knew I'd be good for 20 miles. It's only about 20 minutes when you're driving 60 miles an hour. I drive there, and it's getting worse, and I have to go worse, and I have to go worse, and I have to go worse.
Do you have
and
a cup? Like an empty cup?
No, I'm not Grandpa. And then as I get closer to that rest area, there's a sign that says closed. Oh my God. I thought I was going to explode.
What'd you do?
I just pulled over the side of the road shortly thereafter, and I jumped into the woods to relieve myself.
Thank God you didn't get poison ivy down there.
Well, I didn't have to do anything serious. I just had to, relieve myself slightly. But yeah, boy. And every time over the years, because we drive that path, we used to drive that path occasionally, because we have relatives that live in Rochester, and this is on the way to Rochester, New York, or on the way back from Rochester, this particular area, because Syracuse is east of Rochester.
So every time you drive by?
Yeah, every time I drive by that spot, it's like tattooed in my brain. I have that mental image that's where I pulled over.
You get rage immediately. You're filled with rage.
No, my bladder begins to pulsate. Okay, so go on. What else we have this week?
Oh, we definitely didn't talk about my little run-in.
What was your little run-in?
No pun intended.
Oh, you mean at home? So people, just to remind everybody, so far you've heard that Tovah has bumped into the garage door and destroyed it to the point where we had to get it replaced.
They didn't hear about that. They heard about the furnace.
No. That was in a prior episode to that. Yes, we did talk about that, where you destroyed our garage door, but thankfully we had already ordered a replacement. And
It was already on the way. So no harm, no foul.
yeah, for about 4 weeks, we couldn't open the garage door. So we had to wait for the replacement. You already heard about that. And then you heard a different story where she drove into the furnace that is in our garage.
Drove is such a, I would say tapped.
On the
Drove
day-
is like accelerated on the gas.
On the day that I was having ankle surgery back in 2021.
You're dramatic.
And then just last week, I get a phone call from Tovah. And what did you say then, Tovah? Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Oh, is that what I kept saying? Yeah, I was like, don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Which immediately, makes you mad.
I was like, don't be mad. I was like, I just tapped I didn't even tap the door. I tapped the frame of it.
Okay, so just so people know, about a year and a half ago, we had the entire exterior of our house refinished. So we had our old siding stripped off, and we put all new siding on the house, and we put some stonework in the front of the house, and we put some new trim around the garage and around the front door, et cetera. And that trim is made out of AZEK trim board, which, for you homeowners out there, know is not cheap. But apparently, Tovah decided that she was going to park.
I didn't decide.
Oh, really? How did it happen?
Well, I pulled in the driveway and I thought I was in park, and then I looked down, and then I immediately looked up and I heard a and that noise is very familiar.
Yeah, basically Tovah plowed into the door
I
frame.
didn't plow. It was a love tap. It was a tap. Yeah, and there's barely a scratch. And he's so dramatic. He's like, send me pictures so I could send it to the house people so they can come and fix it. He's so dramatic. You can barely see anything. And yet, I don't think we're having anything done to it. Nothing. You can't see anything unless you're actually trying to look for it. Yeah, Mom was home too. I told Mom, I was like, what he won't know won't hurt him. What he won't know won't hurt him. Don't tell him.
So,
what he
yes.
won't know won't hurt him.
Well, I knew about it and it hurts.
Well, I told you.
That's how I know about it.
Okay.
And I'm hurt.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think we've talked about our opinions on the Grammys, the Super Bowl since we've been live.
No, we didn't record last week because I had a cold and it was bad.
He's dramatic. He's
I am.
so dramatic.
I am.
He's
And
like, yeah, we can't record. I'm sick. And my mom, waiting on him hand and foot, made homemade matzo ball soup, which she only makes 2 times a year, and now a third for him. I don't get. Oh yeah, you know what happened when I got roofied? Yeah, you know what? I got ice cream. I got ice cream from a carton. He gets matzo ball soup. He gets waited on hand and foot, nose wiped, anything he wishes.
So we didn't record last week because you said to me, I don't want to record with you sounding like that. You sound awful. You sound terrible. You sound like death.
I didn't want to get sick either. Stay away from me.
It's not that. You could sit very far away from me.
Stay away from me.
At the 1253 studios.
Oh yeah, I designed your logo.
Well, we need to get that going. So
I did. I designed it.
So the Grammys, getting back to the Grammys, not really a fan of today's music, so it's hard for me to watch the Grammys because I have zero
You like
appreciation.
Meghan Trainor.
I like Meghan Trainor. Yeah, that song's okay. Whatever.
You
that new
love
one is.
Meghan Trainor.
Love is not at all the word I would use.
I was playing Ice Spice the other day in the car. You go,
I say, yeah, put on Meghan Trainor.
no, you go play some real music. Meghan Trainor. And I did. And I was like, you think this is real music?
Don't, please. I can't.
You're not even the fight. Yeah. I'll be going hard. Yeah. I'm breaking their hearts. Yeah.
I do not like Ice Spice. I don't like
I don't
Nicki.
know why. Is it because she's part of the Illuminati?
Who's part of the Illuminati?
Ice Spice.
With the red hair? Really?
She was throwing up the gang sign, and she had an upside down cross that she would go like this,
I don't
to
think
the camera.
I don't think that's the Illuminati sign, but we'll have to research that. Like I care. I mean,
You're
what
not
are we in
even
the
the fight.
Stop that!
You get so pissed off.
I hate that song. I hate those lyrics.
You're not even. Why? Why do you hate it? Or do you like?
Let's get the Dunk Kings on.
Oh, I was going to talk about them a little later.
Okay,
in,
we'll get to
the
them.
Super Bowl commercials.
All right. Well, getting back to the Grammys, the show itself was okay. It seemed to be produced fairly well. I was a little bit disappointed in some of the live performances. Actually,
Stevie?
Well, I love Stevie Wonder.
I do the best impression.
I love Stevie Wonder. He is a musical genius, and I've seen him live. And
Very superstitious.
he is amazing to see live because of the way he can move around the stage.
He's
and
not blind. That's why.
Okay.
You see that video of where he caught the microphone mid-drop?
No. I love Stevie Wonder. I love his music, and I love him, and I just think he's brilliant. And Tovah is doing a silent Stevie Wonder impression right now.
My impression is me extending my arms like I'm playing the piano and head as most back as it can, looking up at the sky, just...
Rocking back and forth.
Exactly.
Think Eddie Murphy doing Stevie Wonder back on Saturday Night Live. That's what we're getting with Tovah right now. Your Tovah Wonder. But I was disappointed in his performance. I know he sang in the tribute to Tony Bennett, and I just didn't feel it. And I know it's a hard environment to perform in, but I didn't feel it for that. I did like Annie Lennox's performance, and it was nice to see Joni Mitchell, though.
Oh, my God. They should not... If you're in a wheelchair, they shouldn't really let you perform.
It's Joni Mitchell. You let her perform.
No, like...
You don't deny Joni.
I agree. She's an icon, but if you had, like, a peak performance, you're just coming back.
Okay.
It's like when they, like, have those dog commercials or, like, the Shriners kids commercials, like, pop up on the TV, and they... tug at your heartstrings.
Yeah, what kind of marketing do they call that? You forget already? You just graduated with almost a 4.0 GPA.
Yeah, but let's not toot my own horn. I do that enough.
That's true. Okay, so the Grammys were okay. Again,
What do you think about Miley Cyrus?
I didn't like her hair. She had like the 1980s Jane Fonda hair going on.
Ooh, we love Jane Fonda.
We do, but I didn't like the 1980s Jane Fonda hair.
It matched your boyfriend. They have like matching hair.
But, I thought her performance was good, and I was surprised she won.
I can buy myself flowers.
I am not surprised Taylor Swift won. I don't know what she has on.
Literally, I can't wait. Did you see the way she ripped that Grammy into Celine Dion's hand? Didn't even acknowledge her. Oh, you're probably like, yeah, let's go to... You hate Celine Dion.
I do not like Celine Dion.
She came out of like being like sick to like present at the Grammys, and then Taylor Swift couldn't even acknowledge her.
No, I know that it was rude, but then they showed a picture.
This is my 13th Grammy album of releasing Dead Poets, Robin Williams. Dead Poets Society.
Yeah, I saw that. But
yeah.
What did she have to? What is?
Her new album name is like Death to like all the poets or something stupid.
That is something stupid if that's the name.
And she's pissing me off because she sent like a cease and desist or something that she said she would sue this college kid for tracking her carbon emission.
I saw that. Not the carbon emissions. He's tracking her flights, her use of private planes, that's what he's...
Yeah, but he does this with a bunch of other celebrities, and he's trying to get out like her private jet is... I saw something like she would have to like plant over 2,000 trees for over like 20 years to like give back all like the oxygen she's stolen from me.
From you personally.
I need to breathe clean air.
Okay, so we're not giant Swifties at all.
She pissed me off, and I think that whole thing is a 2024 election relationship going on.
Why?
Yeah.
Why? Why do you say that? Do you think they're going to come out and support one of the candidates?
They already do. They both openly endorse Biden.
Oh, maybe
And I'm pretty sure that Taylor Swift, like, I forget the exact stat, but she like had like a crazy amount of people enroll in voting. And
that's good. Getting more people to vote is good.
No, she does some really good, but her like Travis Kelce is so like get vaccinated, but he's so outwardly like Pfizer, like Biden, like he likes all that fun stuff, and so everyone's saying that's a little bit of a ploy, like that power couple to get attention towards the election. Back to the Grammys, Miley Cyrus. Did you see her say, "I don't think I forgot anyone, but I might have forgotten underwear"?
I did, but I also noticed that she did not thank her father.
That comment was geared like, I don't think I forgot anyone. Like she did.
I know she's anti Billy Ray, right?
Yeah, it's because I think he's like dating someone that was like her age and was on like Hannah Montana.
Like not Haley Joel Osment, but what's her name? Is it Haley Osment?
No, that's Emily Osment.
Emily Osment.
She has like a Young and Hungry show, and I think I watched the first season of that way back when, and it's pretty good.
Young and Hungry.
Yeah,
what is that?
She has her own show. It's about her. I think like making it in the cooking world. I don't know, but she's doing okay. I think she has a kid or something.
She does. Isn't she on Little Sheldon or something? Or whatever that show is. Baby
Isn't
Sheldon?
Jamie? No, I think Jamie Lee Spears is going to be on Young
Yeah,
Sheldon.
I think she's going to be on Young Sheldon, but she's not a star.
What'd you
I don't
think
know.
of Luke Combs bringing out Tracy?
Well, that was fabulous to see. But, Tracy is from Cleveland, but she went to college here and she got her start here. She went to Tufts. A lot of people we know who went to Tufts used to see her playing around in the pub area. She used to play in Harvard Square.
Seems like she doesn't want the fame.
No, she's very low-key. Very low-key.
Seems like she just wants to sing her music and get on with the world.
Yep. I appreciated the...
Why can't she be president? Tracy Chapman.
Well, there you go. You could write to her and offer to be her campaign manager. I thought it was... I mean, Luke Combs was obviously respectful of her. I'd like to get down on, what's up with this guy Jelly Roll?
We love Jelly Roll. You don't like him because he has his face tattoos.
I can't stand face tattoos.
I love him. I love him.
Your mother likes him, too.
He's awesome. He's really good.
Is he?
He won, I think, New Country Artist of the Year, against, Zach Bryan. And Zach Bryan, I think, helped him rush.
Where'd the face tattoos come from?
I don't know, but we love Jelly Roll. I don't really know much about him. I'm more of a Zach Bryan fan, but he is very good, and I think he's really sweet. I saw a video of him singing in, a county jail. And, one of the sheriff police officers was, going crazy, and all the inmates are just, looking around.
Was he in jail?
No, but he was, performing, giving them a little show.
Oh, like Johnny Cash.
Who's Johnny Cash?
All right, we'll move on from that.
You know who won a Grammy?
Grammy?
No, we'll get to Grammy in a second. You know who won the Grammy?
Who?
Andre from Victorious.
Oh, really?
He writes a bunch of music. He's written Rihanna songs in the past. He won a Grammy.
What's his name?
Leon Thomas III.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I liked him. him on Victorious.
He's good. Some of those Victorious songs should have won a Grammy. They were good. I don't wear designer clothes. Or what about the one with Trina and Tori on her birthday?
I don't remember.
I don't know, but all I remember is Trina was like, "That's not a present. Did it cost any money?
Oh, yeah.
That's not a present." I agree with her.
Yes, I know you do.
I agree with her.
Yes, I know you do. So
A song that will Jay-Z Shut It.
Oh,
Jay-Z
God,
Shut
yes.
It.
Jay-Z
And now Beyonce's
Shut It.
releasing a country album.
Not a fan.
I like the song.
Yeah.
It's in Texas. I'll do my whole day. He's
No.
waving me off. It's
I'm
'cause
just like,
it's
don't
mild
start-
to don't start what? Don't start.
Don't
It's
start with the singing and the
Texas.
dancing. We're trying to record here.
I love singing and dancing.
Yes, I'm not a member of the Beehive, so I can't say that I'm a Beyonce fan. I liked her in Austin Powers. She shows up as she's an actress too, so she shows up.
Is
in,
she?
Well, she did a little acting in one of the early Austin Powers movies, and I thought she's fine. Let me put it this way: she's fine. But I'm not that big a fan. I don't think she's all that in a bag of chips. But now she's moving into the country thing.
Her prime's over.
I think she may have passed it.
And Lana Del Rey's now making a country album. People are starting to move towards the country.
How did this happen?
I love it. I love it.
I know you're a country fan. I don't know how that happened.
Oh, yesterday someone came into the store to return something and they looked distressed and it was "Oh, is everything okay?" And they were like, "Yeah, the person died that I was going to give this to." And I was like, "Oh my God."
Well, that's sad.
I was like, "Sorry, let's see if it's within the 30 days." No, I'm
Oh,
kidding. I'm
jeez.
kidding. I would have made an exception. A song that will forever win a Grammy, or should forever win the Grammy, is Silver Springs by Stevie Nicks. Call Me Alice, such a good song.
By Paul Simon?
Do, 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 do.
Okay.
Are we a musical podcast?
No, but apparently you've taken
I'm
it in
such a
that
good
direction.
singer. People used to say, "Are you tone deaf?"
That's
no, I'm
nice.
Tovah.
Yeah, you're not tone deaf.
I'm Tovah.
You're Tovah. On that note,
What note?
we're going to sign off and we're going to say peace out.
And peace out.
We post a new audio every Tuesday night, so
See you next Tuesday.
Thanks for listening to Two Peas, Same Pod, hosted by Eric and Tovah Weinstein. Please subscribe and join us next time as we continue to share humorous anecdotes, funny mishaps, and comical observations from our own lives.
Two Peas, Same Pod is produced by 1253 Studios, bringing always humorous and sometimes thought-provoking conversations to you through your favorite podcasting sites. Creative content and marketing director Tovah Weinstein. Executive producer and chief editor, Eric Weinstein. Music by MBB. Find his work on YouTube by searching for MBB Music or at mbbmusic.com. Special thanks for the intro, outro, and trailer voiceover to Jordan Rich of CBS Boston Radio and Chart Productions, providing audio and voiceover recording and production, as well as podcast production and support. Visit Jordan at chartproductions.com. Funding for 2P Same Pod is provided by the Law Office of Eric Weinstein and listeners like you. Please consider subscribing and supporting this podcast. Until we meet again, this was 2P's Same Pod, a 1253 Studios production.